Yeah, you can't front on that.
La Croix, ladies and gentlemen. The drink of the people.
Nectar
We all
of the
know.
gods.
Real gentlemen drink Waterloo. That's the premier.
You keep saying that.
I know. I love
keep
it.
saying
I bought me some Waterloo last night. But welcome to the Nerdington Post. I'm Walter,
I'm Will.
and it's been a while since we've been in person.
It's been a crazy month, man.
Yeah, just
like,
a lot of...
Senpai's moving. I moved.
Yeah.
You went away.
Yeah, I was away. You
I
had
was
family
away.
in town.
Yeah.
Just a lot of... It's been a busy... Oh, no, that was July mostly.
August
now.
just started, baby.
Yeah, August just started. But yeah, just catch up on some stuff, man.
Activision sucks.
Yeah, well, the industry sucks.
The industry sucks.
Recently announced Fulbright, the developer of indie darling Gone Home, the creative director of that studio, he's stepping back from management role and just being a writer because apparently he cultivated a toxic workplace. A lot of
Come on, man.
demeaning women and pushing down their ideas. So yeah. From the biggest corporations to the most cherished of indie studios, it's a bunch of dorks in the tech industry who just don't know how to talk to people.
Yeah, exactly.
Just fucking treat people how you want it to be be treated, with respect, dignity, make people feel heard. But you know, we gotta stop drinking. I always forget. I'll take a La Croix, and then oh no, it's always irritating to just drinking while recording.
I want to do a quick salute to one of my favorite YouTubers, Griffin Gaming. The reason I love Griffin Gaming, if you haven't checked out his channel, check it out. Really laid back, chill dude. Really just goes in on people who, whether they're fanboys or they have bad takes, and kind of calls them out on their BS. He's really funny too. So if you have a second, check out Griffin Gaming YouTube. Just an all-around guy.
Yeah.
Keeps it real. I like it. Maybe we'll post a link in here too. I don't know.
I'm not going to.
I'll post it in the comments.
No,
He's really funny. Because, dude, it's been kind of slow at work the past couple days, so I've just gone down like a rabbit hole of YouTube. Have you ever heard... Oh, fuck, what was his name? Wings of Redemption?
no.
Okay, we'll talk about it later.
I'm not big into the Twitter sphere, YouTube, and that sort of thing. I've got
Even
my
though we
guys,
have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, which we don't plug well.
You really don't.
We're doing this just to stroke ourselves into hey, say what's up to our buddies who we know. Check it out.
So the 15 people that watch us, thank you.
What's up, Andy? What's up, Travis?
What's up, John?
Yeah.
What's up, me? Because I sometimes watch this just in the background just to see how stupid I sound.
Yeah. I open up a tab, mute it, and then put it on a tab just to get the view.
Gotta get that algorithm going, man.
Exactly. But yeah.
But yeah, just wanted to salute him. He's an awesome YouTuber. I like watching his content. It's pretty good. Keeps it real. And he also loves Doom and Doom Eternal. So
nice.
Anyone who likes Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, it's okay by me.
I've still got to get that DLC so I can play some Doom action with ray tracing.
Same. I need to, since Doom Eternal's on Game Pass, I just need to download it so I can play it on my 3070.
Just waiting for a sale. Give me a sale. I think during
it's summer. We might get a sale or something before the end of August. You never know.
We already got the Steam summer sale. I think Doom Eternal was on sale, but the DLC was still full price because I think that Part 2 of the Old Gods just launched. So
that makes sense.
So hopefully fall sale, get a nice deal on it for the DLC,
like a Black Friday deal or something, like they always do every year.
I gotta get that shiny super shotgun.
That's right.
I mean, why else am I playing this?
Yeah, now that I have the PC build, I want to go back and play Doom Eternal at a nice over 60 frames in ray tracing. It's gonna look great. I'm so excited.
It's such a stupid, unnecessary thing, ray tracing, but it feels good when you see it.
Yeah, and it's nice when you have a PC that can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, like even the ray tracing when I was playing Control when you got here, I was like, it's very minimal, but it adds such a good feel to the game.
Yeah. It does.
It does.
But and just like a broad topic, because I know you're a fan of their games. You got Legion, Immortals, Phoenix Rising. You didn't play Valhalla last year though, right? That was the one you missed out on?
I played it when I got my PS5. I played it for a couple of hours, man.
Get Valhalla.
But like the past few Assassin's Creed games, I just haven't been able to get into.
So you triple dipped on all three of Ubisoft's open world games.
I got Valhalla on a sale like 6 months later.
Okay. But
and Legion I played for a couple hours and couldn't get into, so I sold that when I scalped my Xbox.
Okay. What I hear is that the new DLC is good with the terms of having like a story.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's Aiden Pierce, but like because it has an actual main character, it actually has a compelling narrative to it. So maybe check it out again. Also, there's ray tracing in it, so maybe check it out when it's on sale.
I'll probably get it on sale for PC.
But yeah, and you're looking forward to Far Cry 6 on our top 5 anticipated games for the rest of the year.
Nice.
Here's those on there.
Dude, now that... Because my whole thing was with how hard like PC parts are come, I thought I wasn't going to build this thing until fall or early next year. So now I've been just rethinking like, oh, I should redo some of my orders for PC and actually take advantage of my almost $2,500 that I put in this damn thing.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man.
Because I already canceled my Xbox pre-orders and moved that stuff over to the Switch OLED.
Ooh. OLED.
Which I'm probably never going to play until Breath of the Wild 2 comes out. But it's practically free, so I'll take it. Because, dude, Skyward Sword, that's what I've been playing. That game did not age well.
Skyward Sword.
Yeah. So the story's great, because control-wise, it did not age well.
Oh, right, Skyward Sword. I thought, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, are you playing motion or...
I flip-flop, because there are some parts of the game where, like, you need to do motion controls because it's fucking retarded. And then there are other parts where you need to do, like, button. But what's weird, and I don't know if Nintendo was being lazy when they did this, but when you go to non-motion controls, you know how normally you have a joystick where you move and one where you rotate the camera?
Yeah.
So when you do non-motion, the right joystick is for the sword.
Yeah.
So you have to hold down L1 and then move that just to kind of like... It's... I don't know. I felt like they were being a little lazy with it.
No, I think it's them just... being up their heads being up their own asses.
No, right.
Like, we know how to do this. Like, no, at least give people the option for this is the camera, and then you hold down a button for the sword, or maybe vice versa, where this is defaultly the sword, and then I have to hold the. Give people the option to switch control button layout.
But in Nintendo fashion, they did whatever the fuck they wanted.
Yeah.
So
defaultly it's sword. And then you have to hold down a modifier button.
You have to hold down the ZL button, top ZL button
for camera,
and then move the right joystick
for the camera.
Yeah.
See, ideally you'd flip flop it. Standard, like every other 3D game since dual sticks were invented. The other stick's camera,
and you'd hold that down for sword.
For sword, yeah.
Because you do more walking and running around than you do sword in that game.
Yeah.
Because it's a Nintendo game, so like 75% of it is dialogue.
Yeah. Defaultly, any other developer with sense would flip flop that
Exactly.
and give the option to have it one way or the other.
Exactly.
But this is Nintendo,
But I've never played it, so I'm just gonna keep an open mind. But so far, everything's fun about the game except the controls.
Okay. Loving the dungeons? Because notoriously, some of the best dungeons.
Yeah, no. So far, the dungeons have been pretty fun.
How do you like the overworld? Because I hear that's the main thing that's kind of...
It's okay.
It's like
But,
like Wind Waker, but less going on.
Yeah, and it's very boring.
Okay.
It's very boring.
Just a bunch of clouds.
And when you come from a game like Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and now Breath of the Wild, it's kind of like, I don't want to play this, but as a Zelda fan, I'm going to play it. And again, it's the only Zelda game I've never played and beaten, so I'm going to play it. But yeah, I just wish Nintendo would put more thought into their controls. Because they can do it. That's the thing. They can do it.
They could.
But whatever. You know what?
They could patch it. They could always patch it.
They won't.
They won't. No.
They won't.
Patch it.
But they could.
They're not going to patch it. I don't know. Some company... Like, I love Square Enix, but... They're just... fucking weird, man. Like, Nier Automata came out in 2017,
Mm-hmm.
and they just patched it.
For the first time?
Pretty much, yeah.
4 years for the first patch. Like, the
No,
first
I think
real
there was,
patch.
like... Yeah, just stuff
Okay.
people have been wanting since release.
Mm-hmm.
People have made mods for to fix, and then just now they're officially fixing them. I don't know. It's weird stuff. Weird stuff. And same with Final Fantasy 13 on PC. They just patched it. Supposedly because when they first announced Game Pass, I think it was one of the first couple press conferences they announced, like, hey, the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy is coming to Game Pass, and then it's been years and they still haven't done it yet.
Right.
And a lot of people suspect the recent PC patches are because they have to fix up the PC release for the Game Pass release.
Gotcha.
And it's just now happening.
Right.
Years after they...
Well, yeah, because they got 7, 8, and 9, I think.
Yeah.
On Game Pass. I think right now they even have X and X2.
Yeah. And then just... They announced 8 years ago, coming to Game Pass, that still hasn't come around, and then it's been even longer since the initial PC release. So, yeah. They're just dragging their heels.
Right.
Dragging their heels.
Good for you, Square Enix.
Yeah, but I love you. Well, I have more to say. I have more to say later, but yeah, back to Far Cry 6. You love that Far Cry, that formula, don't you?
See, here's the
that
thing,
open
though.
world formula that they have.
I liked 5, and then with New Dawn, they tried to do the 5 formula, but with those RPG elements from Assassin's Creed, and I hated it. Like, if I shoot you 10 times with a bullet and you don't die,
Yeah, it's just
what sense does that make?
Mm-hmm.
I get it from an RPG standpoint, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel right to me in a game where you could shoot someone in the head 4 times, but yet they're still alive.
Yeah. You could do it right, like the way... Because they botched that in the Division.
Right.
And then the way Borderlands does it, even if it doesn't kill, it still feels cool to just get that headshot.
But I think with a series like Far Cry, you should keep it a little simple.
Yeah.
And like if you shoot someone 3 times, they die. Or 4 times. Whatever it is.
Or it's something like I hated about the new Assassin's Creed format. All around, I think it's better just being an action RPG. But if I sneak up behind someone and like assassinate them, like backstab
like stab them in the throat,
yeah,
you would want them to die.
But then it's like it's a bigger enemy, so like, oh, I only did.
And then he throws you and tosses you.
Yeah, I only did like a third of their health. But like, I put like the Spear of Leonidas into his back and then kicked it through him, and then it only does a fraction of his health.
Right.
Like, get the hell out of here. That should be an assassination. That should be a kill. But yeah.
And that's what really has turned me off also about... Like, I'm okay with how big... Well, I mean, the games are kind of long now, which I guess that's cool. But I just feel like they're trying... They're just trying to do too much.
But yeah. A lot of weird stuff has been coming up with Ubisoft. The workplace inappropriateness and mismanagement aside, they had that report come out about the development of... not Sea of Thieves. Skull and Bones, why it's been in 8 years in development. Did you check that out at all?
Nah, I've been busy.
Okay, it's bonkers. Apparently,
What
because
happened?
you know, like publishers, studios, they'll just let a project die and move on to the next
Right.
project once it gets traction. The reason this has been in the pipeline for ever is Ubisoft is legally obligated to finish Skull and Bones.
What?
Because it's primarily developed by, I believe, Ubisoft Singapore.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this news was weeks ago, so my information may not be accurate. But yeah, it's being primarily developed by this Singapore studio,
Mm-hmm.
and it has subsidies from the government. So, like, hey, since the government is paying for this, like, you have to finish this project. And that's why it's been...
So 9 times out of 10, if it were up to Ubisoft, they would have canceled this
Canceled
game
it,
years
moved on
ago.
to the next project. Right. But yeah, so it first started off as, like, an expansion to Black Flag.
Right.
And then, like, okay, let's make this a separate game. So it's a spin-off from Black Flag. And then, like, okay, well, let's flip-flop this to just its own separate thing. And then it's like, okay, it's just ships. Like, no, let's get people back on board,
Right.
so it's not just like you're ship managing and doing that stuff. It's been a
So pretty much it's like the definition of a game in developmental hell.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then there's just other stuff about just again Ubisoft toxic work culture, like
Right.
there being a French ceiling. So it's a Singapore studio. If it's Singapore, it might be Indonesia. I don't know. Well, so it's a Singapore studio, but then naturally you assume most of the workers there are going to be natively from Singapore
Right.
or in the region. Like, apparently there's a French ceiling there, so pretty much upper management positions are only going to natively French people, that sort of thing, and just like the pay discrepancy between French workers in that studio and then like the native workers, just like it's really shitty and gross. But yeah, it's
Come on, Ubisoft.
be better, man. Just gigantic clusterfuck. But if it comes out, are you interested in more pirate themed Ubisoft action? Because you're getting your pirate fill from Sea of Thieves.
I guess. I will say one thing about Black Flag I really liked was the ship combat. It was really cool.
My
It was really
Assassin's
fun.
Creed, only Assassin's Creed I've beaten.
Yeah. I think that was the last one I beat.
Yeah, and it was the ship combat that kept me through it, man.
Yeah, so, I'll check it out. It really just depends on how they do the game, because, again, it's been in development for 8 years, so...
We have no idea.
We don't know what kind of
who it's
game it
gonna
is
play.
anymore.
If it's like essentially Black Flag 2, that'll be great. If it's... They take out the person aspect and it's just the ship management and combat, I'm down for that also, which was what they initially showed. But that was like 4 or 5 years ago, so we have no
I think it was
idea.
like E3 2017.
Yeah.
Because I think that was the year that we watched it on the tablet at GameStop.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, and also, they announced a new game, a free-to-play game. XDefiant. Which, I don't know, it looks so stupid. Did you watch anything of it, you know?
No, I saw the leak, and then I just saw like screenshots and whatever people are saying about it on Twitter, and I was like, oh, another free-to-play first-person shooter that I don't give a shit about.
They're chasing the Call of Duty
Apex
gameplay. Well, just mainly with the pace of it. Just
okay.
Multiplayer Call of Duty is what it looks like. Just the whole aesthetics of it.
Is it like Battle Royale, or is it just a multiplayer?
Just multiplayer.
Okay.
Yeah. Because they had Hyperscape. If you
I don't remember Hyperscape.
Exactly. No one does. It was their Battle Royale they launched last year. And then, I think November, October, like within 6 months of
They
launching
shut down
it,
the servers.
they're like, well, we're going to kind of try and rework this quietly, and kind of, it's essentially dead. It was dead on arrival, man.
Well, I mean, because with
Just Ubisoft being, hey, me too. We could do a battle royale also, but like
you can't, because you gotta think about it comes out this year.
yeah, it may already be out in beta.
So this year they have to compete with Call of Duty, whatever the new one is, but we haven't even had the new one announced, so that'll probably be delayed to 2022.
And that's always the best-selling game of every year.
So
there's
if a Call of Duty releases, but even then, they still have to compete with Warzone, because everyone plays that. So Warzone / Call of Duty and Battlefield 1942, which has huge hype. No,
2042.
2042, which has huge
looks
hype right
amazing.
now. It does look amazing.
The way-
I might pick it up.
I mean, especially when they announced Portal, where it was just
I thought that was really cool.
here's the mashup of here's a bunch of fun Battlefield content.
Right.
Bam, here you go.
Yeah, I might pick up Battlefield 2042 because it looks really fun.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Tom Clancy's XDefiant.
Well, of course they put Tom Clancy in
Exactly,
front.
but
Oh,
it's
God.
ridiculous because...
Which, Sam Fisher will probably be a DLC character.
No. Third Echelon is a faction. So there's 4 different factions based off of their Tom Clancy games.
Mm-hmm.
So his faction, all their characters, they have the 3-dot
Gotcha.
goggles. But that's not what people want. I don't know. It's...
Yeah, Ubisoft's been doing really good about... I mean, it's great. They do their own thing. They try new things. Great. As a company, they're allowed to do that. But at the same time, you should listen to your fans even a little bit. Because, dude, they could have broken the internet if hey, we're announcing a new game. It's a new Splinter Cell. That would have broke the fucking internet.
They gotta do their... I like that they try new things, but then this is the time when, hey, let's try to do a cash grab,
right,
Escape,
exactly,
which just
right.
fell flat on its face,
Which, honestly, a new Splinter Cell would be a bigger cash grab than a free multiplayer game.
Yeah, because it's existing in a space that's not occupied by juggernauts.
Right.
Or,
Because how many stealth third-person games are other than Hitman?
Yeah, there's Hitman, and then Arcane always has stealth options.
Right. I mean, you can't even count Assassin's Creed anymore because that's more RPG than stealth now.
It's still an option, but it's, not the focus.
They would break the internet, and they would easily make money off a new Splinter Cell.
Yeah, but
I don't know what to do.
The weird thing about Tom Clancy's XDefiant, you're trying to get in on that Call of Duty space now?
When it's
No.
easily cemented itself over the past 15, 20 years?
Yeah, but it's weird. It's weird timing.
Yeah, it's like...
Also...
they gotta at least know it's not gonna do that well.
Yeah.
But that's probably why they made it free to play.
I think
because
it's
they know
gonna
it won't
be-
compete that easily.
It's going to be another Hyperscape, I imagine. But the whole aesthetic, have you seen some of the memes or just clips? Because it's Tom Clancy, which is military fiction kind of...
Right. Like modern day...
This thing...
yeah.
Alright, I'm going to pause this. We're going to watch a little XDefiant.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Punk rock, dude! XDefiant!
That looked fucking horrible.
Yeah, dude. It looks like it has...
Just be honest, man.
Well, I was going to say it has no personality, but it has personality.
It has a very forced personality.
Yes, it looks like it was personality developed by a committee or some random personality
like an HOA
machine.
or something.
Yeah. It's alright, yeah. Punk rock, man. Punk rock.
Can you imagine that pitch meeting for you're just sitting at a board at Ubisoft, you're like, alright guys, let's leave a new IP. I got it. First person shooter punk rock.
Yeah.
It looks nothing punk rock.
Let's call it Defiant, because, Rise Against, bro, it's punk rock. How about this? X-Defiant. So we got that XD emoticon.
Yeah, it looks fucking stupid.
It is it's the most corporate looking punk rock thing I've ever seen in my life. It's bananas.
Yeah, that like to dislike ratio on the announcement video was hard. I think 13,000 likes, 28,000 dislikes. That means you should probably not make that game.
And the way that one guy, he kept stressing, this is a shooter first. We got to make sure it's a good shooter. We're going to have solid shooter. Yeah, no shit. You're a first-person shooter. Yeah, you better have. That's assumed. Because who was this for, though? Because it's not... Valorant came out and was a big deal. But...
I've been thinking about checking that out.
It's not, it's not going to pull away from that crowd because they already have that crowd with Siege.
Right.
And so if you want that slower pace, more tactical shooter, you have Counter-Strike, Siege, or Valorant. And then again, with the faster pace thing, Call of Duty's king. I don't. You're not going to take away from the Call of Duty
Halo
scene.
Infinite multiplayer comes out this year.
Yeah, you brought that up while watching it. Halo Infinite.
Battlefield 2042.
Yeah, you're going to get your
I think
action with
like
Portal.
you said, this is just going to be a game that's lost in the
Yeah.
plethora of first-person shooters. Yep.
This does have a chance, though, because since like major publisher leaks and rumors are pretty much 99% accurate, they're going back to World War II for this Call of Duty, which it seems like nobody wants.
Yeah. Well,
So-
last time it really didn't work out that well.
Yeah, but I mean, still,
It
the
sold well.
biggest
I mean, it
selling
sold well.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think this will get people who want the Call of Duty style gameplay who
I
don't
don't.
want to go back to World War II.
I think Battlefield 2042 will pick up that player base, and Halo
It
multiplayer will pick up that player base. I personally I personally think that no one is going to give a shit about this game. But for the developers who are making it, I hope they get like a good player base. I hope it works out for them, but I don't think it will.
I hope it fails because so Ubisoft learns the lesson of just, hey, stop doing these weird soulless Me Too cash grabs of just like, hey, we can get in on this genre. Check us out.
Maybe they'll release it along with Riders Republic and be like, oh,
Yeah.
you want to play a first-person shooter? You want to play Riders?
Riders Republic is, I don't know, that fills in a niche genre.
Yeah,
Because no one's done that. No one's doing that extreme sport genre except for.
and there's a
Ubisoft
market.
with
There's a small
Steam
market
and-
for it.
Yeah.
But there's a market for it, and people will play it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. It's so gross feeling. Of
Yeah.
Just,
The entire time we were watching it, I was like, you couldn't pay me to play that.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could pay me to play it. 'cause-
look at this guy's ink. He's punk rock to the core, and that just it just feels like
yeah,
it's this boardroom punk rock.
I had no joy in watching that trailer. Oh my god.
And also, like, Tom Clancy's punk rock. It's not two things that don't.
Yeah.
It's clearly
You realize that
Boredom,
punk rock
yeah.
was kind of not really anti-military, but they kind of stood up against that shit
they're-
back in the
yeah,
day.
it's against
like-
the military industrial
And the
complex.
authority of the powers that be. So like,
And Tom Clancy's all about reinforcing the powers that
Right,
be,
exactly.
and promoting the military industrial complex. It's just whether you're gung ho Tom Clancy right winger or you're punk rock left winger, it's just both sides can clearly see this
It
is
does not
a
make
soulless cash grab. Ubisoft, what are you doing? What are you doing? But
and since it's going to be free to play, you already know it's going to be riddled with microtransactions.
yeah, but you know, hopefully they do it right and it's mostly cosmetic.
They won't, but
Ubisoft has been. They're not going to shit the bed
no,
with this.
I'm just saying in general they won't do right with it.
Because they haven't shit the bed with Siege. A little bit with like how much new operators cost, but I mean that you could earn that in game. The most hardcore will just like they like supporting the game, so they get
Right.
the season pass or
Because
whatever.
they're season 6 or 7 now?
Something like that. They're like year 6.
Yeah,
or
year
something
6,
like
excuse
that.
me.
But yeah, I mean,
Because I know that player base is huge.
if it gets a player base, they'll treat it well, but I don't think it's gonna get a traction.
I think like the other game, what was it that you said they did?
Hyperscape.
I think it'll be like that and be dead in 6 months.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be wrong, but I could be wrong.
On to stuff that's more fun. Amaterasu, who's the number one dog in video games, the sun goddess Amaterasu. There's going to be a Okami crossover with Monster Hunter Rise. You could get an Amaterasu skin and weapons for your Palamute. So this is just, it's feel good. It's feel good news. Cute little wolf in Monster Hunter Rise, which is doing well for Capcom. I can't wait to check that out when it comes to PC. Monster Hunter Rise. Go on some hunts, baby. 2022.
That's right.
Then more Capcom news. They had their summer Street Fighter update. They went into a deep dive on Oro gameplay, which looks exciting. And also Akira, who's a crossover character from Rival Schools, which is what I was waiting for with their Season 5 content. Looks good. Maybe when we have Senpai on, we'll get into it. That
fair.
content is launching in August. Because I haven't played Street Fighter V in a while. But like whenever go to over to Mike's house, we play it.
Right.
It's fun to play. I just don't care enough to just keep it installed.
That's fair.
But yeah, I'm excited. But with more Street Fighter news, baby. They announced Cammy and Guile coming to Fortnite.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And yeah, man, they look as fugly as Ryu and Chun-Li did when they came into Fortnite. Cammy looks fine. The reinterpretation of her outfit. Guile's head looks weird to me. He's a man in a tank top. He's got the most boring design ever. The main thing is his hair. That's his trademark, and you made it look weird with their art style that already looks
Right.
cartoony. So how do you do that? How do you botch?
How do you make it worse?
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe there'll be. They had some cool alternate costumes for Ryu and Chun-Li. Hopefully, they'll do something with Cammy and Guile. Let me get them sexy legs on Cammy. I mean, why else are we playing Cammy if not to ogle her butt cheeks and her legs? I mean, we know Fortnite's for the kids, but, you know, some of these older kids, they want to get hard and jack off too. I mean,
I guess so.
what, you weren't jacking off as a kid?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Of course, like Lara Croft back in the day or whatever else.
With their
was sexy
pyramid triangle
tits.
boobies.
Yeah, man. Chun-Li's legs, Cammy's legs, those sprites. Hell yeah, man.
That's funny.
Give the kids bait material. Something safe that's not... Something where they have to use their imagination that's not too gross, because with this digital age, everybody's got a computer in their pocket. It's way too easy to see... Like, you have Adriana Chechik getting DP'd at your fingertips
Oh
at
my
all
God.
times, man. It's too much.
Oh my
We gotta ease kids into sexuality so they're not overstimulated and they don't have a warped view of sexuality.
Yeah, that's impossible nowadays.
I know.
can't
That's
do
why we
that.
just gotta ease kids in
It's never
with
gonna
some
happen.
sexy video game
Especially
characters. And then, when they're 15, check out the DP.
No.
You know. Or get back to baiting to magazines, kids. Those were the
Dude, they
days.
probably even know what a magazine
I
is,
know.
man.
These kids
Those
aren't
were the
getting,
days. I agree.
These kids aren't getting those pages sticky.
Love the college edition.
Yeah. But the big thing here for Street Fighter news, they announced the final character for the Season 5 pass, and boy, does this guy have no drip. I'll bring him up real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, he... Street Fighter. Luke Street Fighter. He's one of the blandest looking dudes. He looks like one of the Paul brothers.
He does look like one of the Paul
Yeah, he's
brothers,
just like
actually.
a boxer, MMA guy with a bunch of tattoos. But his gameplay looks cool. And that's what matters mostly. It's just, he looks so bland as a dude. And
I do agree. He looks very boring.
And somebody put together a compilation of like all the blonde hair, blue-eyed white people in Street Fighter who come from America. It's just like too many, man.
Right.
Too many. But supposedly this character will be the bridge between Street Fighter 5 and 6.
Oh, okay.
So that's why it's exciting for Street Fighter, just because his gameplay looks exciting, and he's a tease for Street Fighter 6. And
How long has 5 been out? It's been
a while,
Yeah.
since like 2016, I think. Or maybe even earlier than that. But yeah, it's just been doing well. It kind of had a botched launch, but
they've since like righted the
with online
ship.
games, it's a marathon now.
Right, yeah,
If you
exactly.
fix it with patches, just add a ton of new content that's exciting. Like, every character in Season 5 has been cool looking.
Especially, I mean, look
to
at...
play, but just not cool looking.
I mean, look at... Oh, excuse me. Smash Brothers for Switch. I mean, it launched well, sold well, but they've just been... The content has been so consistent with that one.
But this America man, with the stars on his shoulders and stripes, he's got stars on all his on both forearms.
Yeah, he looks fucking stupid.
Yeah.
He looks
So I'm thinking
stupid.
a lot of people suspect that he's going to be Guile's son.
Okay.
And then he's just going to be like the new main character for Street Fighter 6.
All right.
But I'm thinking, because the eyebrows, man. The eyebrows. I think he's got Ken Masters' eyebrows. So I think he's just going to be in Street Fighter 5 and just like no story connection at all for Street Fighter 5. And then Street Fighter 6, there's going to be a time jump, and that's actually Ken's grown-up son.
Huh. All right.
Because he has the MMA pants similar to Ken's design for Street Fighter 5. I think that's Ken's son in the future. Street Fighter 6, we're jumping. Doing a time jump, ditching the old cast. They're going to be old men. Going to get a completely new roster.
Have they ever done anything like that? Where they've kind of ditched the old and kind of brought in a new like set of characters and fighters?
Street Fighter 3 did that initially, but then the fans were upset, so they brought back Ken, Ryu, and Chun-Li.
Gotcha. Okay.
But otherwise, the completely new roster, just like new generation of fighters. I'm hoping 6 does the same thing, just new generation of fighters. Because they did something...
I mean, that would be a cool move.
Yeah. And 3's the best Street Fighter. Let's redo 3 with 6. Times 2. 3 times 2.
New engine.
6.
Let's go.
Baby. Yeah. I'm excited for where 6 goes. And I'm... When Akira launches, I will get that Season 5. I will get that. I will get that Season 5. I'll play some Luke when he comes out. It's exciting times for Street Fighter, man. Exciting times.
Yeah, because it's a dead period right now with video games, man.
Are you kidding? I am swamped.
Well, like
I've
with
been-
new stuff.
That's true, because
I should have clarified. Sorry.
like there's a bunch of stuff I want to play right now that are old. The only thing...
Have you been playing Death's Door?
No, I haven't gotten
That's a game I want to play.
Yeah,
check I've heard great things.
Because I've been out of town and just away from my computer. So I installed it, and then Reincarnation came out, and that's the thing I've been playing. But also this month, they're having a Welcome Back campaign for Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh.
So just once I log back in, I get 2 free weeks to play. And then the last story patch content came out, I think it's the last one before the new expansion.
Right.
So I've got to get caught up on the past couple of story patches and get caught up on the story fully before the expansion comes out, and then I got 2 free weeks for that. And that expires at the end of August, so I've got to play 2 weeks of Final Fantasy XIV in August. And then I got to play Death's Door. And also, they announced Avengers is something I want to get into.
Right.
And it's been on sale for like the past couple of weeks for like $24. I was talking to our buddy Trashy Chan about it. Like, hey, if I get into Avengers, it's on sale. Would you get into it? Would you get into it?
Yes, I would. If and I'm gonna say this because, dude, we've said we'll play Apex together. We've said we would play Overwatch together. We said we'd play Warzone together, and we have not done it.
I know.
But I will say this: if we all drop $24
we'll be
on Avengers, I will play it if you guys fucking play it.
It's easy to drop a free-to-play game. It's if I spend money on something, I want to get my money's worth out of it.
Fine.
So if I drop...
I am in accordance with you two. We will get it. We will play it on PlayStation or PC.
PC.
Okay, cool.
PC. The reason I brought it up, because War for Wakanda, they finally released... had a release date for it, August 17th. And that I think that's the shot in the arm the game needs.
Okay.
Because since the game launched, like, other hero games like that, they drop content more consistently. And just, okay, since launch, we're closing in on the year, and you've launched 2 Hawkeyes.
Right.
There've been no new bosses.
Right.
Like, you're still fighting AIM guys and robots, like, variations on the Hulk, Abomination, Taskmaster. There's been, like, nothing interesting. Right. But then War for Wakanda is going to be larger than anything post-release content they've released so far, so that's exciting. Like, finally a new character that doesn't use a bow. Black Panther, man. That's exciting.
I agree.
Okay.
I'm doing this right now. We're agreeing.
It just helps if we're all on the same page, just getting in on it.
I'll get in on it.
Okay.
I will 100% get in on it, as long as you 2 motherfuckers do too.
I for sure will.
Okay.
Because I found out with Trashy Chan, his computer hasn't even been hooked up for a while since he's got like been working remotely from his laptop, and he's got his PS5, and then he has to like hardwire internet to his PC, and it's just been the whole thing of just like, I don't want to do that right now.
Does he doesn't have like a Wi-Fi adapter or anything?
Could, but you always want to be hardwired, man. That's empty. Why am I still? You always want to be hardwired. He gets it. He knows it. He's a professional.
I probably should get like a... What do you think? From here to there, about 25-foot
cable?
Cat 5? 50 just in case?
Just in case.
Okay.
Coil it up. You always want to have a service.
No,
I know. I've learned from my
you.
industry in the cable business.
Because I do want to hardwire my PC.
Yeah.
I just haven't felt like buying a 50-foot.
And in case you move, you got that extra cable.
Right.
Or if you just move the desk somewhere, But yeah, we're gonna be Avengers, baby. We're gonna be Avengers.
I mean,
maybe. Yeah, so Avengers I want to play in August, because next month Tales of Arise and mainly Deathloop comes out September 9th.
I think I'm going to cancel my PS5 pre-order and move it to PC.
Yes. Do it.
I want that stable 60 frames per second, baby.
You will get it.
Dude, I know I will. That's why I want to cancel my PS5. I'm not going to get on PS5.
But the adaptive triggers and the haptics.
I don't give a shit about that.
Although they could have that. They could have full-blown DualSense support.
Yeah, because I do have I have a DualSense and I have a cord for it, so...
Playing Demon Souls on PS5, I love the DualSense controller.
Yeah,
the feel of it.
It's a great controller.
The weight of it. I did turn off the trigger gimmick just because, like, I remember how this felt playing this on PS3, and you just tap the button to fire an arrow. Just like, I don't want to push it in a little more to get the feel of drawing an arrow. Like,
I agree.
No, just let me tap that to fire an arrow like it was on the PS3 days. But just the ergonomics of it are just dynamite. I love it.
No, I think it's a slam dunk for PlayStation, and I hope they continue to support it. Yeah. Unlike Nintendo, who said, we have these $70 Joy-Cons that we don't even give a shit about.
Yeah, because even their first-party games don't have a lot of support for it anymore because, like, we launched the Switch Lite where it can't have motion controls, so all our games have to have non-motion controlled options now. Whereas Sony, like, all their first-party games are going to use the DualSense, so, like, let's do weird shit with it, man. I dig it.
But yeah, I care more about 60 frames per second and a very nice, clean 1440p.
Yeah. Which, hopefully they, like Doom Eternal, they patch in ray tracing. That would be sick.
That would be awesome.
That'd be sick. That's it. I'll see if I could. I'll check out the price on Avengers. I'm pretty sure it's $24.
On Steam? What do you do? Steam or Epic? Or
Steam.
GOG?
I'm not doing. It's not on GOG. Square Enix and GOG don't have a partnership. But yeah, let's get into what I've been playing since I've been playing just one game. I've been playing Nier Reincarnation.
That's the mobile one, right?
Yeah, if you saw last week, I was having good feels on it,
Oh yeah, just
and then
$24.
and then immediately 24 hours later, I was like, nah, this is not great. These microtransactions are biting me in the ass. Just there's a grind to it. I'm still playing it. I'm grinding along. It's upsetting because this has Yoko Taro. He's just pretty much a collection of short stories, kind of loosely tied together with this larger narrative. And it has some of Yoko Taro's best short stories. It's just tied up in this shitty mobile game. And they got me hooked. I'm grinding away. I gotta just grind away these characters to unlock more stories. There's so much shit grinding built into it. Because not only do you have to grind to level up your characters,
Right.
each character has different skills, and you have to grind to get the resources to level up the skills, aside from just leveling up the character.
Gotcha.
And then each character equips 3 weapons, which affects their power rating, and then you have to level up each individual weapon. But get this, like the characters, each weapon has individual skills, and you have to level those up separately. And then there are just other accessories you have to attach to the character to level them up and to increase the power level.
Right.
Well, naturally, you gotta level those up as well. And you gotta keep increasing your power level to keep accessing the other content, the story content, and I'm just a hamster on a wheel, baby. Just a hamster on a wheel. Yeah. It's fine, though. I rewatched Workaholics, put that on in the background while I was grinding away at this. So I'm just grinding away at Nier. Just being a mobile game, they're just patching in new content, which hasn't been released yet, so I gotta wait for that. In Japan, like, that stuff was released, but they gotta localize it for here. So Japan has 2 more characters that North America doesn't have yet, so I'll be interested in their story. And when they release those characters, I just have more grinding to do, don't I? Because there are like 10 characters, so I just gotta grind.
Right. Yeah.
It's just so much grinding, but their stories are so interesting. It's frustrating. It's frustrating, man.
You know what game
What are you what are you playing that? Hopefully you're not in an awful loop of self-hatred.
So,
which is quintessential Yoko Taro.
Obviously, built the PC, got Steam and everything, so just went on Steam one day and I typed in Max Payne, and Max Payne 3 was on there. And you can't play Max Payne 3 on consoles. I was like, oh shit, I can play Max Payne 3 for like $7. So I got Max Payne 3. I got Batman Arkham Origins, because you can't play that on console. So I've been playing through those. A game I downloaded from Game Pass, Flight Simulator.
Dude, you loving it?
It's pretty dope. I'm not going to lie. Like, I thought it was going to be lame, and I thought it was just going to be stupid, but it's actually really cool. And there's not a lot to it.
There's not.
There's not. But it's fucking cool as shit, man.
It's like, let me plan my flight from point A to point B. Maybe I'll have a layover or something. You just do
Essentially,
it.
yeah. But, like, it's really cool because they have obviously certain different difficulty modes where you can keep it super simple, intermediate, and then, like, the hardest one is pretty much you learn how to fly an actual plane.
It's like,
I thought that was just cool as shit. That you could theoretically show this to someone who wants to learn basic, like the basics on how to fly a plane, and you could essentially teach them.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously on a 3070, it looks fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. I like that, like, similar to what they do with Forza. Just hear all the assists, and then you could just, there's so many of them, but then you could turn off which ones you want, and then to kind of create your own play experience.
Yeah, so it's really cool. So I've gotten a pro at taking off and cruising a plane. I still suck at landing. But it's also really cool because they take real life Google Images, put it into the game in real time. So like I was flying.
Bing.
Bing, whatever.
It was Microsoft.
Is it Bing? I thought it was
no,
Google.
It's Bing.
Is it
It's
Bing?
Bing, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Google.
No, Microsoft's not going to use a competitor.
They might.
No, they're not.
Guys.
It's Bing, dude. It's all about Bing.
Anyway. So, like, I took off from Charleston, South Carolina airport, and I'm just driving around all the landmarks I know. I was like, all right, that's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate. Oh, there's my old high school.
Nice.
So, yeah, it was just pretty cool. It's just a cool game. If you just want to relax and not do anything, maybe, like, yeah. So, if you have Game Pass or a good computer that can run Flight Sim.
Oh, well, it's on Xbox Series X and S now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. So, if you have obviously played on X. But, yeah, dude. I was shocked at how cool the game was and just how relaxing it is to dick around and fly a plane.
Nice.
It's really cool.
Commercial planes or single engine planes?
Both.
Both. Right on, dude. Do you
Yeah.
have a preference though? Because a single engine is just more exciting.
Single engine's easier to maneuver, so I like that kind of like...
Instead of like flying a bus.
Right.
Yeah.
It is really cool because, again, it's very in-depth. So, like, flying a bus, obviously, if you have a single engine, you speed up faster and you take off faster. So, I fucked up and went to an airport that had a shorter runway. And I was flying a 747. And I had just enough runway to get me up to speed to where I could barely take off. It was really funny. And then I had, like, a single-engine liner jet that I took off at a dirt road.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, it was really cool. So, if you just want, like, a super chill game, check out Flight Simulator.
Dude, I haven't played one since fucking the 90s, man.
It's awesome.
Dude, yeah.
I will say it's a huge download. So the initial download, the
It's
initial
like over 100 gigs, right?
no, so the initial download's 80 something gigs.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, cool. So it took an entire work shift to download because I was working on my internet while I was doing it.
Yeah.
And so by the time work was over, I was like, oh, cool, I'm gonna play this game. Like, oh yeah, we have a new update. I was like, all right, it'd be like 15 gigs, 125 gigs update. So it's a 200 gig game. So I was like, all right, I'm not playing this till tomorrow.
Yeah, dude, and you only have the one hard drive, right?
Yeah, I have a NVMe and a hard drive. I'm probably gonna end up getting an SSD,
Yeah.
like a SSD to go with my hard drive.
Also, you have the same case as me. I know how many SSD ports you have.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna slap in an SSD for the bigger games that need it.
Yeah, because I've got just all my multiplayer games that I kind of divided. Like I've got all my multiplayer games on one SSD, and then my single player ones on another one, just so I have that division. If like I
have a 2 terabyte in there, and then I have my 3 terabyte external.
Yeah.
Which obviously I'm just gonna put like older games on that don't need like a
or just
like
movies and shit.
right. But yeah, no, my plan I'll probably get like an SSD on holiday Black Friday. Just gotta get one from Micro Center super cheap.
I saw you were playing Control when I got here.
Dude, Control's fun.
Dude, yeah, it's
weird.
It's their best game easily. I like it more than Alan Wake.
Really?
Well, I don't like Alan Wake.
I'm only a couple hours in.
Okay.
But I'm really enjoying it. Obviously with ray tracing in high settings, still averaging a very nice 100 to 110 FPS, which is very nice.
You're a big Alan Wake guy, right?
I never played it.
Okay.
I've heard it's a good game.
Who was... Okay. Maybe it was Trashy who was a huge Alan Wake fan? No, yeah, I think he was the Alan Wake. Okay, never mind then. But...
Well, I saw your little review on the DLC. You said it wasn't good.
No. Well... It's not good for Control.
But is it good for Alan Wake?
Kind of.
Well, don't spoil it.
The whole thing
I
is
bought
just...
I bought the Ultimate Edition, so I have the...
The whole thing is just like a teaser for more Alan Wake.
Gotcha.
So as someone who's not a fan of Alan Wake, I'm like, okay.
You're like, I don't give a shit about it.
Is this at least going to do something cool in the space of Control? Narratively, yes, but in gameplay, it's like just fucking walking around with a flashlight. Fuck this, man. I can fly and zip around and use telekinesis to throw shit at people, and then
now you're just
walking around, shining a flashlight on black blobs. Like, no, this is not what I want out of Control.
But I'm enjoying Control, so I'll probably keep playing that.
Yeah, what else you playing, man?
That's really it, man. Because Mom was here last week, so just really haven't had a lot of time to game. But Control, and then revisiting older games like Max Payne 3 and Batman Arkham Origins. Which even Arkham Origins, when you turn PC settings on high, and it looks really smooth and good.
Have you created an Epic Games account yet?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, get on that, man, because just all the free games. I have the entire Arkham trilogy on Epic Games Store.
Because it's free?
Yeah.
How often do they do free games?
Every week.
Was it every week?
Yeah, usually they're just smaller, just indie titles, but
free game's a free game.
Free game, yeah, exactly. Like GOG's pretty good at giving away like free stuff as well. So
I have a GOG account too.
Yeah. Steam, they don't have like the free giveaways, but they'll do free weekends for big titles.
Right. And I know they do like really good sales sometimes too.
Just the Steam sales. Just all the PC sales. GOG has good sales. Epic Game Store has good sales. Just keep your finger on the pulse for sales.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, like Steam will do free weekends of like major titles, which is how I played Gears 5. Just like a free weekend of Gears 5. Yeah, I'll knock out this campaign.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Or if you got Game Pass, you just do that, which I don't. But you do.
I do.
So yeah, I think that's it, man.
That's it, man.
Yeah, we're
First
gonna
episode back. With me and you.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Senpai's here next week.
We're gonna grab some food and just catch up on life stuff.
That's right. Maybe get a little Mai Tai, a little
Mai
drink.
Tai. Yeah, I'm gonna
Get some sushi
So-
or some fried chicken.